Welcome back to Predicting the NFL with Mickey G. This is now week 6. So let's get into that week 5 recap. Well, I got 500 this week, which is better than a losing record. So that's pretty good. I was 7-7, which takes me to 44-33 overall. So still got a winning record. That's also good. I'm now 3-2 in the Crap Fest. I lost my first game of the week, so that was sad and depressing. And I still haven't won an upset, so there is that. Well, the Bengals beat the Bills. AJ Green balled up like real early. He got yardage, he got like a touchdown and stuff. That really helped them to keep that lead and win the game. Jets moved to 3-2. Jets, who thought to go 0-16 this year, are now 3-2. Instead of it being the Giants, who are still winless along with the 49ers and Browns. Also, with the Giants, they've lost 4 of their starting receivers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beckham just that's like, come on, like. The Madden curse has not left him yet. Like the Madden curse, and then it's a year later, and it's still getting him. Like that sucks, dude. But Odell's a bum, so it doesn't really matter to me. Well, the Jags D and Leonard Fournette destroyed the Steelers. Oh, that was a beautiful game. It was magnificent. That was magnificent for the Jaggies, And my boy Telvin Smith got like Player of the Week. Something like that. So, it's pretty cool. I think it's like the second time he's been Player of the Week. That's pretty good. It's a Jaguars player and he's getting Player of the Week. That's pretty nice, My boy Barry Church also had a pick 6 along with Telvin. That was pretty chill. Someone made a tweet about how Bortles completed 8 passes to Jaguars players and Ben completed 5. So that's just kind of sad right there. Well, Chiefs beat Watson, so they moved to 5-0, still undefeated right there. Chiefs are still going strong, dude. Chiefs are good. Good. Really nice looking. The Colts, Texans, and Titans are all 2-3 now. That's hilarious. Got the Jags at 3-2, and then the rest of the division at 2-3. That's pretty funny stuff. Well, that's all I have for the recap. Not as exciting as last week. Still dumb, though, in the picks and stuff. But, what are you going to do about it? Just got to make better picks, I guess, Well, the first game of week 6 is Pittsburgh versus Kansas City. Well, as I just said, Pittsburgh lost to Jacksonville. Great game. And Kansas City beat Houston. The Chiefs are still undefeated. Steelers are playing like trash. So I think Andy Reid's mustache will keep powering the Chiefs to victory and give them their 6th win. Chiefs get the dub. Next game is New England versus the New York Jets. Well, the Patriots beat the Bucks Thursday night. Jets beat the Browns. But I don't think the Jets' offense is good enough to, even though the Patriots' defense is trash, the Jets' offense isn't that great either. Not good. I mean, Josh McCown did get his first win in Cleveland or something, which is pretty funny. But and the Patriots' offense is just gonna destroy the Jets' D. So but it would be a total Jets move to lose to really crappy teams and then beat the Patriots, and that'd be kind of funny. So and if they do, then that'll help my Jaguars better than the Patriots theory, that I've been working on. So let's hope that happens, But Pat's gonna win. Next game is the LA Chargers versus Oakland. Well, Chargers got the first win against the Giants. Yeah, clap it up. Very proud of them. And Oakland lost to Baltimore. First game without Derek Carr. Not feeling too good. Not looking too nice. But the Raiders might have Carr back this week. And Chargers are still trash. So Raiders should be able to pull this one out with or without Mr. Carr. Next game is Cleveland versus Houston. Well, Cleveland lost to the Jets, and that's just sad and depressing. And Houston lost to Kansas City. Cleveland is winless and under their second QB of the year in Hogan. So that's interesting. Deshaun Watson, who's also the Texans' second quarterback, still balled in the loss. Like, he had a really good game. It's just like, oh no, the Chiefs just pulled out. And that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? But Deshaun Watson's still a beast. Deshaun Watson's just going to pick apart Cleveland's D. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. And Texans going to win real big. Well, this one, Indianapolis versus Tennessee. You know. So the Colts beat San Francisco. Whoop-de-doo right there. Tennessee lost to Miami, which is not a good thing right there. Miami's not a very good team. The only wins Colts have are against like crappy teams. For example, San Francisco 49ers. So, not very exciting stuff there. And Mariota might be back this week. There's a chance. He apparently it was going to be a game time decision last week. So if he was game time decision last week, he should definitely be back by this week. But I mean, who knows? But if he's in the game, they're gonna win. They're definitely gonna win. Miami versus Atlanta. Well, Miami beat Tennessee, as we just said, and Atlanta is now coming off a bye. And Julio Jones might be back, so that's gonna definitely help the Falcons' offense, even though they got that running game going. But Julio Jones definitely helps so that their offense can be two-dimensional. Miami isn't good. Their wins aren't against good teams. So Atlanta's definitely going to win this game. I feel like they could definitely win this game, even without Julio Jones, if he doesn't come back this week. So, definitely going with the Falcons here. Next game is LA versus the Jaguars. Well, Jags beat Pittsburgh. Hoot hoot, right? And the Rams lost Seattle, which, you know, that was my wrong pick for the game of the week. You know, that's sad, but stuff happens, you know, stuff happens. Jags are looking good, though. But the Rams looking good, too, even though they had, you know, that sad loss against Seattle. But they can do it, I feel. And, so I want to pick the Jags here. But last week, I didn't pick them, and they got the dub. So I'm going to go with the Rams again this week. I totally think they're going to win. I'm going to be doing this every week, so let the cringe come on. You know what I mean? So Rams win this one. Real big, real nice game. Jared Goff just goes crazy, you know, against that Jaguars D. Just tears him up. You know, actually, I don't want to go too that far because I don't want to jinx anything here. Well, Chicago versus Baltimore. This is my crap fest. Chicago only wins against the Steelers, which was just sad. That was a sad game. But they got Trubisky, so that's cool stuff. He did pretty decent against the Vikings. And Baltimore's the king of beating crappy teams. So, I mean, Baltimore beat Raiders last week without their Carr. That's pretty impressive. Not really, but, you know. I feel like the Ravens are going to continue their streak of beating crappy teams, and they're going to go on. They're going to beat Chicago. But it might be a different game with Mitch Trubisky back there. It's going to be interesting for sure, but it's still my crap fest because there isn't really another crap fest this week. So, Baltimore wins, I guess. All right. Giants versus Denver. Well, Giants remain winless after the Chargers. The Chargers now have a win, so that's cool for them. Denver's coming off a bye, so they're going to be all refreshed. Defense is going to be all refreshed. They're going to be ready to kick some butt. And it's already a good defense, and now they're just fresh. It's gonna be nice. The Chargers play possibly the worst team in the NFL, and that's the Giants. And the Giants, like, it's just sad. Like, their team is just sad. So Denver wins that one. It's just sad. Next, you got our game of the week. Philadelphia versus Carolina. This is a Thursday night game. This is probably going to be the best Thursday night game so far. And there have been some pretty good Thursday night games. The Rams San Francisco game was really good, even though it wasn't expected to be. Obviously, the first game of the season, the Chiefs Patriots, that was another good game for the Chiefs. And so, yeah. Philly beat Arizona. Carolina got a big win over Detroit. That was a really big win. Kansas City remains Philly's only loss. So that's interesting. And it was a close game, too. That was a close game. And Carolina's only loss is the Saints, which aren't as good as the Chiefs. So there's that. But Carolina was definitely fueled by that win against the Patriots. Cam Newton playing like he did his MVP year. So there's definitely that to think about. But I'm really liking Wentz and the Eagles. I'm really feeling like they're doing good this year. The defense is playing pretty solid. They're keeping good teams to lower points. Might always come up with a win, but actually they do, unless it's the Chiefs. So I think they're going to continue that, and they're going to keep their only loss to the Chiefs. And Carolina is going to bump down to 2 losses. But a good loss. It's going to be a good loss. Good game. It's going to be a great game. I'm really excited for it. Next game is Tampa Bay versus Arizona. Well, Tampa lost to New England. Even with that crappy defense. And Arizona beat San Francisco, which isn't very impressive at all. And Arizona can only beat trash teams. But Arizona just got Adrian Peterson. So they now have Adrian Peterson and Chris Johnson. Probably would have been the best backfield back in 2008. But sadly, it is 2017. And Chris Johnson's not doing very good. And Adrian Peterson hasn't got carries in a while. So I hope Adrian Peterson does well. But I still think that Tampa Bay is going to come up with the win in this game. Because Carl's just bad. Next game, San Francisco versus Washington. San Francisco lost Arizona, as I just said. And Washington, my boy Kirk, were on a bye. So Kirk's now fresh. Kirk's ready to come out there. Kirk's ready to kick booty. You know what I mean? Kirk's only losses are to Philly and Kansas City. Those are 2 good teams. And Philly's only loss is Kansas City. So, like, boom. Those are good teams. Those are good teams that they've lost to. You know what I mean? So Kirk's going to come out. Kirk's going to throw for, like, a bunch of yards. He's throwing for heck of yards. Chris Thompson's going to get heck of yards receiving or rushing. I don't really care. But, my boy Kirk and the Redskins definitely getting this dub. Definitely getting this dub. Detroit versus New Orleans. Well, Lions just had a heartbreaking loss to Carolina, as I said. And New Orleans is coming off a bye. And Stafford had a setback, but, I mean, he still get the job done. It's not like he was a bad... I mean, it wasn't his best game. But it's not like it was a horrible game where everything went wrong. Like, it was a competitive game. It came down to the wire, pretty much. So I think the Lions are going to pull off this win against Carolina's only loss, the Saints. Green Bay versus Minnesota. This is my upset of the week. Because Green Bay just beat the Cowboys. Minnesota beat Chicago. Not very exciting win. Minnesota's run game still balled without Cook. Alright. There was definitely some questions about whether or not he'd do as well without Dalvin Cook. Jerick McHenry had a heck of a game. Oh my gosh. He did fantastically. And Latavius Murray, he was alright, but like he wasn't anything special. But Aaron Rodgers is still Rodgers, so there is that to worry about. And whichever quarterback Minnesota decides to start this week, it'll probably be a decent game for them too, because they're both pretty good. Both played pretty decently this year. Kiss game's done all right. Sam Bradford's done all right in the game or two he's played, but I think they're both still fine. And I'm interested definitely to see how this game goes. But the Vikings D is definitely warming up. They're definitely getting better. Their stat line's definitely getting better. So I feel like they're going to be the defense of the first 5 weeks last year. They're going to come out. They're going to realize this is a important game. This is a division game. They win this division game, they're going to definitely bump up in the division. So Vikings win to close off this week. And I'm not going to have the strange pictures pop up again. I don't know. But this, I don't know, this kind of, I thought it was funny. But, you know. That's all for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. And go Jaguars, my dude. That is all.